Welcome back. You're watching Breakfast with Dan and Nugget. Now, when it comes to movies, films about the mafia, perhaps Blackpool, does that work for you?
Well, I wouldn't have thought so before I'd seen the film.
Yeah, it certainly works with this. The town is the location for a new film set on the night of Halloween. It's called Trick or Treat. Follows a few hours in the life of some middle-aged ex-gangsters. It is good to take a look.
Oh, OK, let's have a little look at it first.
Welcome to my parlour, said the spider to the fly. It stands here. Here. Wow. You're a pretty one, aren't you? But obviously a bit old for me. That's better. I don't like the surly ones. Oh, the surly ones, they bring out the worst in me. You're going to have to tell me something, Gregory, and no fibbing, mind, because I'll know. And then things will become less agreeable. You need to tell me where your brother Danny is.
You are evil.
You are one wicked woman.
It was quite a stretch.
This is actor Frances Barber, of course, the film's writer and producer, Geraint Anderson, as well. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. And it was such a welcome return to Blackpool for me because I'd done the series called Funland a few years ago that Chris Marshall, who's also in our film, was in as well. And Blackpool it's got a dark underbelly and it's like the Las Vegas of Britain, I think. And it's so filmic because of the tower, because of the illuminations. And it's a bit kind of scuzzy and sleazy and I loved it.
Yes, it's an amazing place to shoot a film. It's got all those colours. It was, for the cinematographer, it was a sort of smorgasbord of delights. And so many films are made in London that we were really... And it's also, of course, the two leads, Craig Kelly and Dean Lennox-Kelly, are both from Blackpool. So it's kind of coming home for them.
But it wasn't very nice being on Blackpool Pier at 2 a.m. in the freezing, bitterest
Yeah, it can be
cold.
chilly up there, can't it?
Oh, yes.
Geraint, let me ask you about the... you mentioned the leads there, because the relationship between the brothers is crucial to all of this.
Absolutely,
So explain the story for us.
So it's about a depressed sort of man, ex-gangster, going through a midlife crisis. I don't know where I get this inspiration from. And he's there, sitting there in his house, and suddenly there's a knock on the door, and it's this estranged brother, played by his real-life brother, Dean Lennox-Kelly. And he says, look, I've just run someone over, I'm drunk, they cut the bodies in the boot, you've got to help me out. But of course, all is not as it seems. And then you've got about a 90-minute roller coaster ride full of twists and turns. And it's, you know, hopefully it's trying to highlight the issue of male depression, but doing it in the least depressing way possible. And that was the kind of mission that I had when I wrote the film.
Why do you think it's so important now? We see so much, so many filmmakers and documentary makers addressing the problems of mental health now. It's something that we can talk about comfortably.
It's curious, isn't it, because of the whole stuff that's come out with Prince Harry, you know, which is, I think, has been probably bubbling under the surface for a very long time.
Feeling the pressure of the media.
And feeling the pressure of everything. But I think what I believe our film tries to suggest is it's not just the man having the midlife crisis, because that permeates to his wife, to the children.
Yes. The effect on others, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the effect on everyone around them, the immediate family, the distant family, neighbours, whatever. And I think that, you know, Craig's first line in the film that Geraint wrote is, you know, I should be hunting mammals. And I think it's a male
Mammoths.
problem.
Mammoths.
Similar,
It wasn't your line.
Similar. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Good job the writer knows.
And actually, it's, you know, it's sort of, there's some shocking statistics, like the biggest single cause of death for men under the age of 45 is committing suicide or taking their own life, and 3/4 of suicides are by men. And whilst this film isn't really focusing on that, it's trying to highlight it, and that's, I think it's a really important issue, and only now are people beginning to talk about it.
So from the moment of reading the script, was that when you were in at that point? Were you?
Oh, I was in because it was playing a nasty, vicious,
Oh, right,
hateful
okay.
character.
Before you'd read about the mammals and the mammoths, you were in.
See, I didn't read my bit. I only read my bit, I mean. I didn't read anybody else's. No, it's just a really interesting film, and it's very fascinating because basically it's a huge MacGuffin. The whole film is a MacGuffin in that his wife is trying to shake him out of this malaise, And so all her friends come on board pretending they're gangsters, pretending that all kinds of dreadful things happen. And then at the end, Geraint
Don't
pulls...
spoil it.
I won't.
Yes.
He pulls
Do
the
not
rug
spoil it.
underneath, and it's an even more huge MacGuffin. And it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to think from about 5 minutes in it, you are kind of glued to your seat and you're wondering what on earth is going to happen next. And
That's
that was
exactly
the
what
plan.
Naga said this morning.
I
I'm so pleased you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it, but I wanted to watch it almost between my fingers because it's just so dark and.
But there is some
tense.
humour as well.
There's
right?
lots of humour in it, and it's
because it's very
thoroughly
British,
enjoyable.
like
it is
that.
very thoroughly enjoyable.
And we're going to do a special screening. Actually, Frances is going to come up, and we're going to do it at the Blackpool Odeon on Friday, and then it's going to go at Cleveley's and Southport and Southport, and then hopefully, if it's good enough, it will spread across Britain.
And we won 3 awards at the Marbella
Yes,
Film Festival.
English Best Actress for this lady,
Yeah,
and
no,
also
great.
Best Feature
Best film.
which was a real shock. I wish I had thought about that was a possibility, because then maybe I would have drunk a little bit less before, and I might have even written a speech. There is some footage on social media of that speech, but hopefully you don't need to see that.
I'm going to search for it right now. It's been an absolute joy having you both.
Well, lovely to be here.
Thank you so much, Frances and Geraint. And the film is called Trick or Treat.
Yeah, find out where it is.
Very good.
It's
Good twist.
Straight into Naga's top 5 of the year, I think.
Yeah, no, it is. It's gone up there. 13 minutes past 9. End of breakfast this morning. I have a phone call to make to Carol, remember?
Oh, yes. Carol, she's coming. Turn the phone off. Have a good day.
Have a lovely
See you
day.
later.
Bye-bye.